You know what, Taronda, you talk about your truth with your music, but let's talk about this. You are an amazing actress who played the role of Portia in the hit series Empire for 5 seasons. Tell us about your
Six. Here's
experience.
your six.
Six. Uh-oh, sorry. Don't want to rob you of none of those seasons. Tell us about that experience, though, getting adjusted back to the audition life post Empire.
Oh my goodness. First of all, Empire was my very first role. I never
Wow.
thought about getting into acting. Acting found me. I was a butcher.
Wow.
And I was also an assistant director at a shoe store, and I was also assistant director of nutritional services at a nursing home, cooking for the old folks. So my background was food and styling. Had
Right.
nothing to do with acting.
Serious?
It had nothing to do with acting. I was cutting meat for 6 years, and I remember my brother calling me in the middle of the night because I've been doing music forever. And I remember our engineer called my brother and said, "Hey, Terrence Howard is looking for female rappers in their 20s. You might want to pass this number along to your sister. I think this would be a great opportunity." Ended up calling the number. Didn't even know I was going in for a show. I thought I was going to rap for Terrence Howard. Went in, auditioned. I originally auditioned for the youngest son's love interest, which is Saraya, whose character name was Tiana. I originally tried out for her, and they said, "You know what? We got something else in mind. Come back." And that's when they sent me the Portia role, and I just showed up as my authentic self. And I think they thought I was a character, but really I was being myself.
I had no idea. Like that is amazing.
That's my story.
So you weren't in Hollywood before this?
Life.
You weren't in Hollywood before that role?
No, I was in the Hollywood. Yes. I was in the hood.
That's
Yes.
amazing.
That's like a Cinderella story for real. It
When I
really,
tell
really
you,
is.
It is my. I've never flew on a plane before Empire. I never left my city before Empire. I didn't even have a driver's license before Empire. I knew nothing but working home. I was literally a product of my environment.
Oh,
All
wow.
I knew
I'm
was what I saw.
inspired. I'm inspired. Sorry, I'm inspired.
No, for real. Like we just see, we see the finished product, right? We see where you land. And then you landed your very first role on the hit. Like that was the #1 show for a minute. Like y'all was doing crazy numbers, like crazy numbers. And that's your first. Are you kind of spoiled now? I would feel like, I mean, if it ain't a #1 hit show, I don't know if I'm ready for it,
I am, but I'm not.
Okay.
I always tell people, because I'm a very spiritual woman, I always tell people what's for you, it won't miss you. That was that role for me, right? I was only guaranteed 3 episodes that first season. 3, that's it. But because I did not know how to read a script, I didn't know nothing about what a call sheet looks like. I didn't know any of these things. Thank God for my good sis, Gabrielle City Bay, who has been a great mentor to me throughout the whole process. Like, no, this is what this means. This is what this looks like. This is how you do this. This is how you read the script. I didn't know how to really break down, scripts. I was just so used to memorizing my lines. But I would get so nervous. You would never know, but I used to get so nervous I couldn't really spit out the lines, right? So I knew what that scene was about. I was just ad-libbing everything. My first 2 seasons, I didn't really go by the script. I was ad-libbing everything, and they loved it.
So it sounds like you was just supposed to be there. Like that was just that's what God wanted you to do. Yeah. Well, that's sure.
No, thank you.
That's amazing. Taronda, let's switch gears now and discuss your new show, The Never Ever Mets. What can you tell us about this series and tell us why we should watch it?
Well, first of all, it's entertaining, but it's also a learning process for people who are either stepping into relationships or considering getting into relationships. But the show is basically a show about couples who have been dating virtually. They never met each other, but I come in, I bring them all under one roof in the same circumstances, in the same situation, to see if their love can withstand in the real world versus behind a telephone and FaceTime and 24/24. So I bring them in to see if there's a real connection. The premise of the show is, I feel like we lost the essence of connection, especially after COVID. Everything, we just slipped into the metaverse. We just slipped into everything becoming virtual. Like even right now, we virtual. But I think we lost the essence of like what real connection feels like, especially with social media being such a big part of our lives. We don't even know what the real process of anything is anymore because we're so used to instant gratification. We get mad when we don't get enough likes on our Instagram posts. That's that instant gratification. We get mad if somebody don't DM us quick enough. It's just, everything is just microwavable. We want that microwavable life. Like I said earlier, I'm such an old eclectic soul. I'm the type of girl, I'd rather meet my man at the Starbucks after I done dropped a napkin. Help me pick it up. We lock eyes and we fall in love. That's that. I'm not with the dating apps and things like that. I tried it. Nothing to the people who do it, but I know this is the way of the world. This is the climate of dating now. But the climate of dating is so trash right now because there's no real connection. So the premise of this show, even though I hear a lot of people talking about like, what is going on this show? We're trying to bring back real connection. And we also made it a safe space. You know, people on dating apps can be a little weird, but when you meet up with folks, I've heard some horror stories where, you know, women come up missing. So we created a safe space for these people to meet up where there are cameras, people there to make sure that it's a safe environment.